Hello everybody, I am Krishna Rao Patro. Today we will see one important problem, that is Pascal triangle. How we can design a Pascal triangle using Java. So when I say Pascal triangle, the triangle is a special type of triangle with some specific values. It is having a special nature. The Pascal triangle is a triangular array of numbers that begins with 1 on the top and 1 running down towards the sides of that triangle. So it starts with 1 and running with 1 in the beginning, as well as running 1 at the right side. That means left side, right side ends with 1. In between, it is calculating the value, the sum of the top two numbers. Now, each new number lies between the two numbers and below them, and the value is the sum of the two numbers above it. So that means the first line having only 1, the second line having left 1, right 1, and the third line, the first number is always 1. First number is always 1. This number depends on the top rows 2 number. So 1 plus 1, the 1 plus 1 is 2, and ending number is always 1. Starting number, ending number of the each row is 1. Now come to third row. First row is, means first element is always 1. The next element is the 1 plus 2, that is 3. The next element is 2 plus 1, 3. And the last is always 1. So, first row having 1 element, second row having 2 element, third row 3 element, fourth row 4 elements. Fine. In fifth row, the first element is 1. The next element is the top 2 elements, sum of top 2 elements, 1 plus 3, that is 4. Then the next element is 3 plus 3, 6. The next element is 3 plus 1, 4. And the last is 1. So, if you represent in this form, then that triangle is called Pascal triangle. So, you have to design this type of triangle using Java. Now, if you observe here, initially 1 is there. The next row 1 and 1. The next row 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Then 1. Then next row, this is 1. This 3, how it is coming? This 1 plus 2, that is 3. And this 3, 1 plus 2, 3 and 1. Now, fourth row, 1 first element is always 1. The next element is 1 plus 3, 4. The next element is 3 plus 3, 6. The next element is 3 plus 1, 4. The last is 1. Always the left side and right side will be filled with 1. The middle element you would calculate by adding the top rows neighbor elements. Fine. So that means I can say the first row having 1 element, second row having 1 and 1, next row having 1, 2, 1, the next row having 1, 3, 3 and 1, and next row the first is element 1. So to calculate this, you have to take wherever you are there, go up its previous rows side position plus minus 1. So 1 plus 3, 4. When you come to this place, go to previous row 3, that element plus its previous column, previous row and previous column. So 3 plus 3 is 6. And next, when you come to this place, 3 plus 1, 4. Then next 1. Sorry, 1. Like this you can calculate. Similarly here also, first element is 1, 4 plus 1, 5, 4 plus 6, 10, 4 plus 6, 10, 4 plus 1, 5, and then 1. Like this it is already. That means you can store in array also. You can go to the previous rows, previous row and previous column minus 1. If you take that 2, then you will get this value. So like this it evaluates. Then next, first element is always 1. The next element is 5 plus 1, 6. Next is 10 plus 5, 15. Next element is 10 plus 10, 20. Next is 10 plus 5, 15. Next is 5 plus 1, 6. And the last is 1. So like this it evaluates. So you can take an array and you can store also. Or there is another way. You can compute the NCR value. The Pascal triangle can be also evaluated by using NCR formula. The below pictorial representation of Pascal triangle. This is 0th row, 0th column. This is 1th row, 0th column. This is 1th row, 1th column. So that means the row number and column number. NCR. Yeah. So take row number as N and column number as row. NCR. So now this one, how you are calculating? This is second row, 0th column. So 2C0. This is second row, 1th column. So 2C1. This is second row, 2nd column. This 2C2. So that means using NCR also you can evaluate the Pascal triangle's value. Now come to third row. In third row, this is third row, 0th column. This is third row, 1th column. That means 3C1. This is third row, 2nd column. So 3C2. This is third row, third column. So 3C3. So this is the way also you can evaluate. Now when you come to fourth row, 0th column. 4th row, 1th column. 4th row, 2nd column. 4th row, 3rd column. 4th row, 4th column. So by calculating NCR, you can evaluate. That means NCR is what? NCR is nothing but n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So this is the way you can evaluate. Okay. Now we'll write a program to generate this particular triangle by using NCR formula. By using NCR formula. Yeah. Now to calculate NCR, you need what is the formula? N factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So for this you need the factorial logic. So if I give some value n to the factorial method, that factorial method should calculate what is the value. Similarly, then I will calculate r factorial. Then I will calculate n minus r factorial. After knowing these three values, then I can get the value for the Pascal triangle. So row number and column number will be acting as a parameter for my NCR. If I give NCR, then I will get the corresponding value. Now here, n is nothing but the number of rows. I am passing. I wrote a small method called print Pascal. N is a parameter. For that n, I should repeat that many rows I have to write. So my loop start from 0 until less than or equal to n. So let's keep on going. And when you are printing, because the Pascal triangle is follows a special pattern. So how much gap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Assume there are if you observe here, now assume one. This is 1 and 1. Then this is 1 gap, then gap, then 2 gap, 1, then again 1 gap, then 1 plus 2, 3, 1 gap, 2 plus 1, 3, then gap, then 1. So that means if you observe here 1, 2, 3, here 1, 2, here 1. That means first row, second row, third row, fourth row. So if row is 1, total number of rows, n number of rows minus I. I is the row number. So that many space I should print first. Here 3 space. Here I is 2. So my number of rows are 4. 4 minus 2. So that many space. Then 3. 3 means only 1 space. When I say 4, 0 space. So that means n minus I number of space I should print. Before printing Pascal triangle, I should print number of spaces before that. Later on, print the value, then give a space, then print the value, give a space like this. So now you should look like this type of triangle. This type of triangle. So now let us have a program for this. So to give the gap, initially my loop repeats I equal 0 to up to n. This is my outer loop. And this is the loop I wrote here for printing space. How many space? Until n minus I space. N minus I space. Now here I is my row number. So that many space are printing. And then this particular loop. Because after printing the space, I should print the NCR value. That means n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. Here this I means the row number and column number. N factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So this r value is, now I will decide. Now this I is my row. I minus j is my column. Means j is the column. Because I C j. Ith row, jth column. Ith row, jth column is nothing but I factorial into I minus j factorial into j factorial. So if I apply this formula, then I will get the NCR value. That NCR value I will print. Before printing, I am giving a space. I am giving a space. So every time I should evaluate I factorial, I minus j factorial and j factorial. After evaluating these 3, then I will compute that NCR value. That value I will print on the screen. So that I will get a Pascal triangle. So now this loop repeats how many times? Because if it is I is 1 time. If I is 2 times. If I is 3 times. So like this it will repeat. Fine. So now after printing the one row, it has to come to next line, one blank line, new line. So repeat this process for all the rows. So this is the way the Pascal triangle will be printed on the screen. Okay. Let us see a small program how it works. Now let us say this is my program. Let us execute it. Control N, Control V. Sorry. Now this is the program for Pascal triangle, isn't it? Now we'll write in a object-oriented program. So Control N. First of all, I'll read the how many rows. For reading number of rows, I'll use my scanner class. So I'll import java dot util dot star. Fine. Now class Pascal triangle and then I should compute the factorial of that particular row and column. So first of all, I'll write my entire method public static void main argument array. Now in this method I will read the number of rows n. Then I will use my scanner class scanner sc equal to new scanner within bracket system dot in. Okay. Now I will read the value of n equal to sc dot next int. Before that I will read a system dot out dot println number of rows. I got number of rows. That many times I should repeat. For int I equal to, mean that many times I'll repeat. So I'll call a method to print it. So directly I'll call Pascal triangle. Pascal triangle. This is my method. I'll pass my n as a parameter so that many rows it will be printing. Now this method I will call directly. So I'll make this as a method. So I'll write static void. This method returns nothing. This method I'll pass n as a parameter. So this says that many number of rows are there in the Pascal triangle. Now, as already we wrote a method called factorial. This factorial method I will call here int factorial. I will pass n as a parameter. Whatever the number I am passing. So assume n as a parameter. Of course, this n and that n both are different. This is talks about number of rows. N rows. Number of rows. For your betterment, I will write number of rows. So that you will not have any confusion. Number of rows. Okay. So I got number of rows. That many times I should call. For every row, you are having row ID as well as column ID. Means row index, column index. So I factorial by I minus j factorial into j factorial. So whatever the value you are passing, assume that is n. For that n you will calculate. If n equal to 0, so I will put a condition. If n equal to 0, that means return 1. Because I think 0 factorial is 1. So I am writing 1. Else return n into factorial of n minus 1. Factorial of n minus 1. So it is keep on repeating. Now this value I will return. Now how many times I will repeat? For int I equal 0, from 0th row I will continue until I less than equal to number of rows and I plus plus. This loop repeats that many times. Again under each row I should print the set of elements of the Pascal triangle. So before printing, what I will do, first I will print the left face. For I will take a variable called int some k equal to 0. How long I should repeat? Until k less than the number of rows minus I. So that many space I should give and k plus plus. Now this loop will repeat to print system dot out dot print space. Now this loop only for printing space. Print to left face. Fine. After printing the space, then you would compute the NCR value. So how many times you would compute? If row is 1, you would print only 1 time. If row is 2, print only 2 times. So now I will start from, instead of 0, I will start from 1 itself. From 1th row. So if row is 4, 4 minus 1, 3 left face. Now my inner loop goes int j equal to start from 0 from until j less than I. If it is 1, it will print only 1 time. If it is 2, 2 times. If row number is 1, only one element. If row number is 2, two element. If row number is 3, three element. And then j plus plus. Now for every position, you have to compute the NCR. So I will define NCR is a variable. Initially the NCR is 0 every time I am computing. NCR value is nothing but factorial method. I am calling the factorial. This method I want to call because it is static method. So I make also static. Static. Now factorial of I means the row divided by factorial of I minus j into factorial of j. Factorial of j. So now after computing NCR, then I'll print the value. So system dot out dot print. I'm not writing println because println if you write it goes to next line. So I'm writing print. Print what? Print the value. The value is NCR. Then I'm giving a space. Yeah. Now this loop prints complete row. After printing this row, it should come to next line. So to bring to next line, I'll write println method. So system.out.println, simply a blank line. So it will come to next line. So now it will keep on printing. Let us check Pascal try. Control C, Control S, Control V dot Java. Now I'll go to the command prompt, open info, Java C, Pascal triangle dot Java. Yeah, I'm passing n as a parameter, but I think the name of the parameter not n because I changed to number of rows. So whatever the here also should be number of rows. Yeah. Now compile is successfully compiled. Now Java Pascal triangle number of rows is 5. Now no, there is something went wrong. This value you have to don't multiply, put in a because n factorial by this less than equal to I including that. Now go to the command prompt. Java C Pascal triangle dot Java, compile it. Now Java Pascal triangle. Now 5. Oh, that last row is not printing. So it should print less than equal to I through also included. Let us start from 0 to 0 less. Now let me compile. Yes. 5. Yeah. Because you have to include last also. So I'll clear the screen again. Assume 5. Now if you observe here 1, 1, 2, sorry 1, 1, then 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1, 5, 10, 10, 10, 5, 1. So like this. If total I give only 3. So 3 rows. If total I run with some 7 rows. So you can get a Pascal triangle in this form. Now you can go through this logic and get it. So this is the main logic for the Pascal triangle. So the first for loop is for giving the space. Second for loop is for computing and including I, because when the column number and row number are same, the value will be 1. That's why you have to go up to I. not less than a. Fine. So I hope it is clear. So this is the way you have to develop your coding skill. So thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.